Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Right here, this is my personal 1964 Karmann Ghia, and it is fully restored. You laugh, you say. When it gets on the lift, you'll see what I'm going on about. It takes a lot of money to make a car look this shit. Yep, it really does. But anyway, digressing, regressing. I have about a month to get this thing to a car show here in Louisville, Kentucky. Doesn't sound bad, you say. 1 month. You say the car is fully restored, shouldn't be that hard. The car's been off the road since 2020. Well, the car last drove right here in 2020. The car's been off the road since, I gotta check the tag, 16 or 17? And I built it in 15, I think. Maybe 14. Digressing, regressing. I probably only have 100 miles on this car in the decades that I've owned it. Mainly because it is slow. Terribly, terribly slow. Also, I sold the seats out of it. Yeah, I gotta buy seats. Shit. Anywho, digressing again and regressing again. Let me get this thing on the lift. We'll get this thing fired up, and well, it's gonna be the shortest revival ever, knock on wood, because I pride myself in what I do, and it should just be connect the battery and turn the key, well, prime the carburetor and turn the key. I mean, it's not going to be that exciting. I'll be really surprised if it doesn't fire up. This thing is also one of the most reliable damn cars I own, and it's scary. But, all right, I got to move the Mango, which is behind you, and then swing this onto the lift and start working on it. We'll get it fired up, and then, well, start cutting the body apart, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, you'll see what I'm going on about in a minute. All right, Mango, let's move. All right, guys, I'll let you see the struggling process of getting a car over here. Because, well, planning and execution is not my strong suit. Also, if you haven't noticed, I cleaned a bit. So, about an hour of my day went to just this moment. Oh, all the critters are going to have to move. By that, I mean everything that's found a home in here for the last decade. Well, 5 years. Oh, spiders. Nice. Oh, it's turned into a storage unit? Shit. What all do I have in here anymore? Meh. Holy crap, move. Come on, car. Come on, car. You're getting loving. Why? Holy oil mess. Oof. 2019 was the last year. I didn't realize I kept the rego on this thing for that long. Yeah, May of 2019. I know I didn't drive it then. But it was registered apparently. Well, I could have. Oh, tires. That is a massive oil leak. Huh, okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. As my friend Michael Jackson would say. Yeah, let's just hit that too. That's good. It's going well already. Where's the airline? I got a tire down over there. The key to rolling Volkswagens is put, like 70 PSI in the tires. I really got to get rid of that fuely engine over there. Oh, 15 psi. That's close. $40 works. Where's this one? Come here, stupid. That does not look like it has more. There we go. All right, that should roll hopefully easier. Kabloom. Anywho's, you also could be possibly asking yourself, why does this car say ink on the side? Well, the reason for that is originally when I started my, stupid enterprise that I call air-cooled, I was incorporated. Since that time, I am, well, no longer incorporated and started doing other things. So we changed to Motorworks. So if you ever see any ink things running around that say air-cooled, well, that might have been me, or most likely was at one point. Broom. Ha ha ha. This is stuff you typically don't see. The cleanups and the shufflings and me just generally hating life. To bring you, viewers, amazing content. Also, you don't see me ever really, well, you do. You don't ever see me work on my Volkswagens. You always see me work on, like, my Chevys. That's few and far between. And that was like the early days of this shop where, well, not gonna lie, I didn't have that many customers. Since then, we've been busy. And I appreciate you guys for watching me because it's been helping. I know, sexy man pose. You guys like it. Actually, probably not. You skipped that part. All right. Whew. Come on. Make the cut. Boom. And now we'll just gracefully roll it in. Look, it's looking like something. So weird to have a spot right there. You have no idea. You figure this thing has lived in that spot for what, the 3 years I've been doing YouTube? And now it's clear. No, it's kind of like that one. Don't worry about that one. That's not mine. That's customer. It's in for restoration. We're actually starting on that one soon. Or I have to. We don't. I do. It's amazing how well these things push when, there's air in the tires. It should be aligned. It's also the fastest steering car I have, which is quite nice. But, all right. She's out of hibernation. Let me get it racked up and I'll cue right back in. Actually, I'm not even going to do that. Let's just fire this thing up. Empty. You can tell she's ran a bit since. Battery. starting juice. Now you probably already noticed and said, Self, you complain about fuel filters. Oh, the key's on. Haha, fire and hole. Maybe not. Is battery that dead, or do I just have a loose connection? It's looking really bad already. Box. You know, I would be surprised and not surprised at the same time. This battery is from 2020. I had to buy it just to get the damn car here. I can't remember if it's always been hooked up or not, or unhooked or not. Words are hard for an idiot like myself. What do we say on the old charger? If it's dumb low, we go, 10.9 volts. Good. All right. Well, this is why we are a high-class maintenance facility. We have the options of other batteries. You come out. And you'll go on a charger. Other battery. Where the hell is it? I have another deep cycle, Marines. Yeah, what's over here? I use for everything. I think it's honestly just as old. Oh, I forgot about that rust. No, I didn't. I did the right thing and just ignored it. Forget about rust. It's crazy. All right, same battery. This is from 23. This should do something. Told ya. It's uneventful when you know your cars. Now, whether or not the gas is still good, doubt it. It probably actually is. Well, episode over. It's revived. No, seriously, let me get this thing racked up still. Like I said, I gotta get that battery still on the charger. Like I said, I got other plans for this. The engine is coming out and we're putting a different one in, or I'm putting a different one in, which is fine. But main thing is, I don't know if I'm in frame. Probably not. I don't know. Man, we're doing something else in this episode. I don't know if I have it linked in the title yet, but she needs new shoes. And boy, do I have a set of shoes for her. Auto, 2 amp, AGL standard, recondition. There we go. All right, let me get this thing racked up. You guys know it runs. You know I'm not BSing you. I know my cars, just not my gas gauges. You know, I'm one of those people. I will run out of gas, but you know, it'll run all the way there. Anywho's and ways. Let me get this thing racked up and I'll be right back. Also, I gotta throw some floor dry over there. That's pretty concerning. I also don't know where the hell it's coming out of on this thing, to be honest with you. Be back. All right, guys. Just got the car racked up. I personally took a walk around, and I am impressed with how, okay, impressed is the wrong word. I'm still impressed. Yeah, I'm impressed on how many corners I cut to get this thing to the car show, and then just never came back to it. Like I said, I drove it. Mainly, let's see, what were some of the stuff I did? I mean, like I said, brakes are brand new on this thing. Drums, back plates, so on and so forth. They're still running drums. Corkscrewed, brake line. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like I said, I was in a rush. Floor pans are brand new on this car. This looks like we're gonna have to recoat, but that's there. I never came back and fixed this hole on the frame horn. So that's good. Also missing a nut in here, or on that side. One of the sides, I'm missing a nut. And you can see I got a little bit, it's a race car. Rust, if you didn't know, is lighter, and it's statistically proven than carbon fiber. So it is a race car. But yeah, pans have been done in this thing. I welded, apparently. I actually welded this rocker on. You can tell, it's brand new. There's still tags. Same thing with this quarter. New quarter. I welded them together. Didn't finish here. Sort of welded there. I'm missing bolts. They most likely fell out. Driving. I know I don't have a body pan seal in this thing. Yeah, 1, 2. Missing 2 over here. 3. I'm missing like 4 floor pan bolts and 1 main. That's good. Oh yeah, this rocker. That's welded a little bit better. Tied in. But this guy, I did 0 welding on this thing. So much so that it's filleting open. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna have to address a lot of my hard jump cut there, just due to the fact that I dropped the F-bomb and I don't like it. Anywho's and ways, like I said, new brake lines, they're in here. This car has been done. Looks like my wheel seals or my axle seals are leaking. We're gonna be doing them. New transmissions in this thing. Like I said, the engine's been gone through. Again, I can't remember what the hell it is. I think it's a 12. I'm pretty sure it's a 1200. I don't know. But yeah, lots of weight reduction on this thing. Again, one of my favorite mufflers. This one fits this engine because they are smaller. But we got a bunch of, well, as you can tell, I really don't care about the body so much as far as if I'm going to cut on it or weld on it, I'm going to cut on it or weld on it. Yeah, the fronts, I never welded in. I sort of fixed them and just never attached it. So the front's just held on by the front 2 bolts. Yep. Yeah, like I said, it was I think I built this car, it was a, oh, how is this story going? This factual story that sounds made up. Built this car, basically it was a chassis, an engine, and a body floating around in my old shop, and basically slammed it together I don't even think it was a full week before a car show here in town called Petersville. I think it fit the bill, and well, it did. Made it there, no issues, drove, and ever since this car got assembled for that car show, I've never touched it. So it's just been progressively getting lighter as far as bolts and hardware falling out of it. I did have to, I know I screwed with the driver's side rear brake because it kept going out of adjustment as far as it would keep locking up. So I know I have safety wire on that thing, on the adjusters. So they are where they are. But anywho's, wow, I didn't realize I have to weld so much. I've been doing a lot of welding lately. Never planned it on my car. But yeah, let me get the tripod set up over here, and we're going to start on this side. We're going to fit new wheels and tires. And what I mean by that is, well, you'll see in a second what we're doing. Because you might have noticed how low a Ghia sits. They tuck wheel a little bit. And the wheels, You might have seen it slightly in one of the episodes. The wheels aren't going to clear, is what I'm getting at. So I'm going to have to cut this body. Face of shock or awe. All right. We'll do the right thing and not fix anything structural and get right to, you know, wheels and tires. I already got studs in this thing because I had test fit. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm going to pull this wheel off. Oh! And like I said, if you've been following this channel, you might have seen the wheel that's going on this thing. I also have to put these studs in better. What I mean by that is I like to put Loctite on them so they don't do exactly what they did. Pull out. Damn it. I'm going to pull these studs real quick out because, like I said, I just hand threaded them, put some blue Loctite on them, and I will get back to you and I'll show you the wheel that's going on this thing, entire combination. All right, studs are in, just Loctite, like I said. Get the wheel, entire package. Oh, because I am a complete idiot. This is what I ordered. Here, I'll just throw it up there. We got studs. This is a 15 by 8, what, MOBELWAGEN? You know the company I'm talking about. Yes, it's 15-inch standard by 8-inch rim. And you may say to yourself, that looks awfully big. That doesn't seem like it's going to clear. And guess what? You would be right. And you may also be asking yourself, why would you do such a thing? And the reason is, it looks damn cool. Bring in. Like I said, this is a 15 by 8, whoever the hell, MOBELWAGEN. I don't know, I got the boxes back here. Like I said, you've probably seen these wheels. They're the aluminum steelies. Well, steely knockoff looking things. What the hell is, they have to have a name. There we go. Boom. MOBELWAGEN, or whatever. I don't know what the little doobly-doos over the letter is, but I mean, come on, people. You can't tell me that fatty sitting over there doesn't look good compared to that little thing. So, the big thing with this is, well, clearance. We have none. This tire is, what am I running? Can't even remember. It's 225/60, 15. Compared to I think I got 165s on this car. Oh, man, you're stiff. Yeah, I got 165, 16s on this thing. So, went slightly bigger. Yep. But overall profile, so and so forth, is exactly the same. The only problem is this thing sticks out, well, 4 more inches than the factory. Yeah, because I think those are 4-inch wide, maybe 5. It's 3 to 4 inches wider. So, like I said, we are unretiring this car. This car is going in full race trim, whatever the hell that means to me. So that means the Sawzall is getting involved. Because, well, we need clearance. Because right now, A, we need to turn, and we can't turn. I can go right, left. I can go left. Yep. No, I can go right. with one tire on. I can't go left because, well, she hits, boop. But right turn, plenty of room. We even got drift angle. I mean, it's a meaty. It just looks cool, guys. I don't care. So we're gonna have to, I don't know, trim the crap out of this because this car also sits tire about here when it's in the car. Maybe a little lower, but about here. So I'm thinking we're cutting all the way up to about here. Yep. Let me get some tape, lay something out, find my freaking Sawzall, and yeah, just start, well, cutting. Sounds like a solid plan. Be right back. Absolutely gorgeous line I just laid out. I was gonna Sawzall this, but knowing my build quality of this car, I don't want to shake any more stuff off of it. So I'm gonna go with a death wheel. 4.5 inch to be precise. And I'm just gonna trim along the outside of that line. Hopefully that'll give me enough clearance. I have no idea. I might have to trim more there. I'm not sure, but grip and rip. Also, if you're wondering about this paint, for anyone who's sticking around for this, butchering, it is an actual tri-coat. Candy apple red. It's basically what House of Color candy red, and basically just sprayed over the whole car and then cleared. Damn it. So yes, this car has been painted. I got to think of a new, because of time wise, think of a kind of a new paint scheme just to delete the old air-cooled ink on the backside. You know, erasing the history for a bit. But let me finish cutting this. Can't even tell. She turns left and right. But the key is, what the hell is it going to do when it's on the ground? That tire head looked weird. The brakes work in this thing. I don't want it to roll. Well, everything works in this thing. All right, weight's off, or lifts off. Oh, would you just look at that? Might have went a little aggressive. Not really. That's a French kiss if I've ever saw one. Which way can I turn? This way? Oh yeah. That is down and dirty awesome. Plenty of room. She's becoming to look like a thing, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right, what I got to do now, duplicate this cool, I don't know, I'd say dirt track vibe on the other side. And I'll get back to you for possibly phase B. Either that or I might just do the backside. The backside's going to be even worse. Just because this is just single wall. Back actually is, well, it's not really together, but it just sucks more. Going up. But, yeah, let me do, well, eyes are up here, guys. Let me do this. It looks good. I don't care. I have very eclectic taste in stuff and things. But let me do this exact same thing on the other side. And by that, I mean as close as possible because I won't see both sides at the same time, so I'm fine with that. And shit, I got a mountain tire. I don't have any more. I did one for mock-up. Gonna have to mount them. As you saw, they're still in the boxes. So that's good. All right, let me do this exact same thing to the other side. And or do I want to move around back? Like I said, the back's gonna suck more due to the fact that, as you can tell by this Ghia, see the tire, the rim is basically right here. It's like a faux skirt. So if the rim's here, that means the tire's up in here. So we're going pretty good to get this damn thing to clear, because I don't even know if I can get the tire on with it here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. A little bit of stick out. I am such an idiot, but it's okay. It is completely okay with me. All right. Like I said, let me grip and rip on that side. Just look at the difference. Can you see the difference? Zoom in, Oogle. Look at that. Woo, spear fingers. But yeah, let me grip and rip the other side, get a tire mounted balanced, or just at least mounted. Slam it on so at least we have matching fronts, and we'll start gripping and ripping on the rear. Plan. All right, guys, it's actually been a few days-ish or whatever. Being on a timeline makes me not want to work the next day, apparently. But the front's done for now. I lost the cap. That is great. Let me get that. Anywho's, mainly, I had to have a soul-searching competition with myself as far as how I'm going to do this back. Because I think I showed a typical Ghia. Mine is also typical Ghia. That rear tire sucks up into the body. So, that being said, I have to change the battery because I didn't do that. Where's that tape measure? These tires are like 4.5 inches, I think. We'll say 4 1/4. My new tires, right about the same, a little under. So the plan is, knowing that, assuming the rim, because I'm not going to lower it to find out, is going to sit about on the lip of this, and the other bit is going up into the fender. I'm just going to measure up 4.5 on this. Might as well mark the other side. Oh, this side's great. When you run a tape line, change your battery, and zoop, zip it out. Gonna cut into my brand new sheet metal. This I don't care about. It's, again, that weight saving rust. So let me arc it, change the battery, and then show you what I got going on, or conceptual art, and then, you know, close my eyes and cut more of my car apart. Well, that's the rough plan. Yep. Now this is double walled, so you have your outer skin, your outer quarter, and then you have your inner quarter in here. First thing, let me remove the outer quarter. At least I got nothing here, and that's kind of Wi-Fi. And we'll get to the inner. I don't think it's held on with anything but Bondo here, but if anything else, cut that lip. The car's pretty putty, I guess is what I'm getting at. Pop riveted. Anywho's, shit. That was a big, ow, hot now. That was a bonehead move, right, guys? Well, let me do the right thing and splice all this first before I keep cutting. Actually, no. I'll keep cutting first. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yeah, I thought that was higher up. It was not. I also honestly thought it was on the other freaking side. But as you can see, a little weight removal. So first skin off. Let me get the second skin out of the way. That I might sawzall. I don't know. Body saw. Sawzall. Grinder. Well, I got my sawzall. Let me grip and rip that and I'll be right back. But yeah, just gonna cut through that, cut that other lip out, Then I'm gonna have to pull the tire, stud the wheel, and get the new rim on and see where we're sitting. Yes, I know, it looks funky as hell right now. Don't worry. Also, I am gonna cut this wall a little lower because I'm gonna bend it up to meet with this and then weld the two seams together. If you're wondering what I was gonna do with the gap, I'm just gonna use the bottom back metal, which is thicker. I should have went the other way, crap, to meet up. That'll still work. When you don't know what you're doing, no matter what you do, is the plan. I guess is what I'm getting at. Be right back. Wheel well is open. I managed not to cut through this anymore, so that's good. I'm gonna strip this back and let me get it all connected again and stud the wheel, put it on, and see if we have to cut even more off of this car or not. Bad thing is I'm working on the good side. Because I don't know if you can tell, the driver's side is not the good. Just as quality, I guess is what I'm getting at. I have more sheet metal here that's pop riveted, so that's not as weight reduced. It's gonna be. But yeah, let me get that wiring harness connected again so I can at least, you know, un-F up my screw up and stud the wheel, and I'll bring it back when we'll lower the car and see how much I cut off. If it's too much or if it's just enough. Because I don't want to cut more out of it, to be honest with you. I'll be back. You know, inconsequential story hour time, like I like to do. This is, now that I think about it, the second time I've cut through this harness. First time was when I did the body off and I was cutting through, I think back here or up there, because it runs through, you know, like, I don't know, a conduit. Wasn't paying attention. Yep, sliced right the hell through it. And, well, this is the second time. Coincidentally, yeah, the splice is right here. Oh, it's cutting through the rocker. But yeah, so this one is cut the hell. Good. And, well, we did it again. The thing is, this harness is actually in good condition, like wiring-wise, other than the moron who keeps putting this car together, keeps hacking it up. So this soldering iron is soldering iron is warming up. Let me get this stuff all mended together again, and oh yeah, let's hopefully have the back of the car working. I'm an idiot. All right, everything's freaking wired up. Temporary, well, I didn't shrink anything yet, or heat shrink. The main wire, heat shrink, the chargeback wire. Few things I did. Man, I'm happy I had this disconnected for a change. But I want to make sure that everything works. I know my oil pressure light doesn't work because that's broken. So that's good. Oh, Keon. I got both lights. Why I have both lights, I don't know. But I do. I don't know if you're gonna need some help. Brake lights. I don't know if my headlights work. Just in general. Don't ask. Headlights. Nothing back there. Binnacle light works. I don't have headlights. Why is that oh, key's on. No, key is on. All right, so headlights, nothing. Really? They're on toggle? Why the hell I wire it like that? All right, we got headlights. I don't know why I wired it like that. You gotta remember I built this a while ago. Do I have brake lights? Ah, Jesus. I can't see. Yes, we have brake lights. All right, those are working. I can kill that. Okay. I still don't know why my oil pressure light goes on and off. Because it's not physically connected. Whatever. Okay, let me heat shrink all these damn connectors, because it took me a year and a day to, you know, put them together. And we'll go on to what I was doing, getting the wheel back on. Just happy all that crap works. Just gonna cluster shrink these. I have one wire in here that's questionable because it was green. You gotta remember, I cut this harness basically in the middle, and I had a green wire, so. Liquid flux sometimes can be your friend. I'm hoping it's mine in this scenario. It wasn't important, I think it was a blinker. I don't have blinkers on this car. Perfect. All right, let me change out these wheels, put on the, do the stud conversion, all that stuff, and see how bad we did. Wheel is hung. Is my e-brake on? I think it is. I hope it is. Anyway, wheel is hung. Yeah, e-brake's on. Let's see what it looks like on the ground. The bad thing is it's a swing axle, so it's gonna sit funny. If you notice it has that, the camber lean on it. So, we're gonna have to unrack it. We're gonna have to unrack it. Don't mind that one. They're just multiplying. Let me unrack it, roll it, and see where it settles at. Because if you have a Volkswagen, you know what I'm talking about, especially a swing axle. It takes a little bit for them to get settled. Oh, whew, French kiss again on this side. I don't know about you, but I like it. Is it perfect? No. Exhibit the whole vehicle. But does it have a cool vibe to it? I say it does. Like I said, we went from basically that, which has the uplip, well, the seat actually. I'll show you exactly how much we cut off. See my fender tuck? We had to cut it because, well, an 8 isn't going to fit in that well to that. So it's basically a blend between, well, this is a 67. Tuck in the back and the high rise in the back of the 72, I think. I think it's a 72. Pretty sure. So a little bit of a blend. Also, having this has 195s on it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 195 60s. You can see, woo, as I bust my butt, how much of a difference we came out. Flush and tucked. A little, you know, inner. Clearly sticking out, obviously. And the front's the really, what gives me a dirt track kind of vibe, or a sprint car vibe. The front definitely has, I feel, a very, very cool look to it. I haven't really seen it to the extent of, you know, I don't know, bastardize this bad. But I mean, if it's not giving you, this thing's gonna scoot down the highway vibes, there's an issue. Also, we're entering the what I like to call the poser class, because it also cannot scoot down the highway. Funny thing about this one is not only can it not scoot down the highway because it's slow, we just added even more rolling resistance compared to the 165s that were on it. So realistically, I did make this car slower. Hence why we're putting an engine in it. Like I said, I know my car, I've driven it less than anything just due to the fact that, well, it's slow. Let me knock out the other side, think about my poor decisions. I'm gonna do a little more welding on this car just to, you know, I don't know, maybe make it a little bit more structurally sound, because as good as this thing is, I would like it a little bit better. Like I said, I patched this thing, this thing got assembled in basically a week, and if you will, with massive amounts of alcohol. And I do not recommend that unless it's your own vehicle. Just saying. But yeah, it's been neglected for a while, as you can see. It looks like it's my own personal barn find. Quickest revival ever, just due to the fact that I can turn the key into a fire. Did I give myself? Oh, I thought I gave myself a black eye. But yeah, this thing's looking. Yeah, that old school vibe. Yeah. New school. So this car's gonna be on channel a lot. Knock out the driver's side real quick. Well, real quick is, you know, how it is. At least I know I can't cut through a wiring harness. I'll find something else to cut through. But yeah, let me knock out that other side. I'll settle the suspension a little more. Also, I have some other things that I might put on this car. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, now I got a bunch of cutting and welding to do to kind of make this car a car again, and not just like a floating thing. Static art piece. We're gonna make it unstatic again. Sometimes you just gotta stand back and say, you're an idiot. And I do that often. But I'll be right back with my next ramble. Let me knock out the driver's side. All right, guys. Driver's side. She's opened. Studded. Well, wheels there. Doesn't matter. It's good. What I'm gonna start to do now is take some sheet metal. Boop. And I'll probably start on the driver's side. Just because I don't know how froggy I am, nor have I had alcohol in me to weld close to the electrical, because I don't feel like splicing it for the 4th time. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to start doing is I'll cut a strip and basically weld it to the inside lip and then fold it over onto the outside lip. Well, basically do a butt weld, probably, and tie them together. And, well, make it look semi-okay, you know, because I don't know if you can see all the inside ventilation that we have going on here. Yeah, I'm going to try to close that up. Not that I'm going to drive it in the rain, but if I find a puddle, I don't want my back to get wet, I guess is what I'm getting at. That side obviously was hit. We have, obviously, there's going to be gap on both sides. But that side's the worst because that inner fender took so much, and I already hit it with a hammer. This fender, or the inner skin, was all the way out here. So it's somewhat straightened. Could I metal finish it and all that stuff? Yeah, am I going to? No. Have you seen the car? Have you seen the gorgeousness that is the 64 Ghia? It is living up to the numbers that are on the side of the car. Also, I think this guy's getting a little scared. He's probably going to cooperate after he sees that, you know, Sawzall and welders are getting put onto this one. Another thing is, with my lack of hurrying up, or my full hurrying up, I never tightened the body mount. That's good. Yeah, this car, like I said, whew, thank God it was never built to represent the shop, because if it was, I'd be questioning it. Build quality lacked in luster. But the bad, not even that. It's always ran, it's always driven, and it's never fallen apart. So, I mean, that's a good thing. Like I said, it takes a lot of money to make them look this good. So, all right, let me keep on keeping on and get the inner skin on that side done, and get it on the ground, see what I'm thinking. The rears, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like the dirt track vibe with the sticking out tires in the front or not. I do have flares that I can stick on. So I don't know if I'm going to be a fan of the wide body or not. I kind of am, I'm not going to lie. The rears, they stick out, but the problem is they don't stick out as much. Well, maybe they do. No, not really. I don't know. So, I mean, I got flares for the rear. Obviously, it looks better because the wheels are tucked down, so they're sticking up. We'll find out what it looks like on the ground. I might run them just due to the fact that they will add some stiffness to that front end. Due to the fact that, well, it is now completely something in theory. Like I said, there's no structural integrity to this car. I'm going to drill, or I have a crappy weld there. I'm going to drill through, weld this clip on more. I think it's only really tack welded on. It's not on there correctly, obviously. But I'll probably weld it a little bit better. This is a show car now. It gets a little bit more of my attention, I guess is what I'm getting at. Headlights are installed. We're good. But yeah, let me keep on keeping on. I'm going to start on the driver's side because it looks like it's going to be more pain in the butt just due to the fact that everything is destroyed in there. Again, I'm not going for prettiness. I'm going to just, you know, we gotta make this a little more rigid because, well, it's not. I even have an engine cover seal. That is how good of a restoration I do. But yeah, just stiffen up the rear end, I guess is what I'm getting at. So let me grab another grinder, grind some paint away. Gotta do it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the paint on this thing. Because obviously, like I said, it's a tri-coat. This is candy. Anything you see that's red, like lettering, that's all white. It's like I said, I think I said this was candy apple red. So yeah, anything that you see that is like PBR, you can see where it chipped off because it's just a sticker. This is a actual real tri-coat paint job on here. Why? Because I'm an idiot. But yeah, anything that looks like it's a weird color, the only reason I tri-coated it or put the candy on it was twofold. One, the car was red. Two, I wanted it all to kind of tie together. Three, I metal flaked the hell out of the roof. So that's a gold, I think silver base with a gold flake. I can't remember. I did it years ago. Go on a Facebook page. I think I have a buildup of the car as far as flaking it. But anywho's and ways, let me start gripping and ripping and making sheet metal patches to make this work or tie it all together. Again, it's not going to be perfect. It's just going to work and be more professional than what I did the first time. I guess is what I'm getting at. I'll be back. Driver's side, done. We'll call it done for right now. I don't know if you guys are familiar what scope creep is, but stuff, you know, adds up. Ended up welding some more on the quarter, you know, instead of like the 4 tacks I was holding it on. It's still not fully welded, but minor improvements. But also, under here, you can see what I mean. I just wrapped it over. I'm not going to bother welding. Well, it's my car, so I don't care. I'm not going to bother welding the, see, that's pretty much all welded around. Still got to finish it up with grinding, you know. I'm not going to bother welding all the seams up. I'll throw more tacks in there, but I'm just going to seam seal and call it good. Argue in the comments if you want, but at the end of the day, do you think I really care if it rusts some more? Not going to hurt my feelings. If anything, it's going to add to the class of the car. But also, if you notice, the quarter is actually a quarter again. It's secure versus the other side, which is just flippity floppity. You got to remember, the body also sucks at being bolted down. So we'll go all the way around, you know, the car. I'll add some more weld there, so on and so forth. And I'll do the exact same thing I did on this side to the other side, and hopefully I don't burn through a freaking wiring harness. Because I'm an idiot. So let me keep on keeping on. Do this side. I got to pull the wheel and see what that is going to look like. But yeah, so far everything side to side, because I can't see both sides at the same time, look about the same. So Let me start gripping and ripping, knock out the passenger side, hopefully show you the aftermath and get this thing on the ground. Also, this you can't really go by for stick out. I got about, I'd say, a finger here. The reason I say you can't go by stick out is because, well, we're missing. And I got about 2 here. So what I can do is the right thing and just end that back some and cut some more off. Doesn't matter, we're missing quarter here. You know, weight reduced. The other side has some more. Kind of hard to match side to side when side to side doesn't actually match because weight reduced. But yeah, like I said, do I really care about not sealing everything or welding anything? No. I got ventilation holes all through this car. And no, I bought this car like this. Had no idea the extent of the body damage. I knew, don't get me wrong, it was rusty. But that whole side was caved and paved, literally. So I tried to pull it out, as you can see with the stud puller. And well, it looks like they gave up with that because they couldn't get it right and just, you know, caved and paved it. So, not a big deal. Also, if anyone is mad, I'm just going to throw this out here. If anyone is mad that I'm cutting up a 1964 Karmann Ghia, okay. At the beginning of the evening, this car is going back on the road. It's going to, like I said, no one would put money, someone would be crazy to put the amount of money to rehab this car, I guess is what I'm getting at. It had no nose. It has the wrong nose on it now. The quarters are schmacked. All basically the replacement parts that you can get. You would need to buy another car that is in better but worse shape than this one to hack the parts off of. Like the 67 that's over here, that's at least one car. They sell all the replacement panels. This they don't. So you're trying to find stuff, and that's a pain. So at the end of the day, the car is going to be on the road, whether it's your style or not. Don't care, because I'm driving it. I'm driving what probably would never have been driven again, I guess is what I'm getting at. Also, it's going to be really tight for me to get an engine. So I might be buying 2 engines. One engine that just works, because I don't even have time personally with my schedule to tear down the engine that should be going in this car. I can put my 2180 in here. That's an idea. I do have a spare engine. I just know how reliable that engine has been to me. Not very, and it's due for a rebuild. But, all right, rambling aside, getting an engine is going to be tight, I think. So I might be searching the interwebs to buy one. Or if you're sticking through this and you have one and you're in, you know, Louisville area, give or take close-ish, shoot me a price. I might actually buy it if it runs. Doesn't have to be rebuilt. Just has to run, I guess. I got to put about 50 miles on this car. I need a 50-mile engine. I think there's a couple at my disposal. I don't know. I'm rambling. But like I said, let me pull this side off, do what I just did, and I'll get back to you and probably wrap up the video with this because it's pretty much, I guess, as far as I can go as of right now before I get more parts in. Plus, we got other people waiting. We got that yellow one who's been nicely waiting to, you know, fearful, I guess you want to, I would say. But all right, let me button up this side. I'll be back. I'm still shooting my brain on the flares. I got to see it on the ground and settle, but if I want to see if I want to put it on or not. The front may possibly definitely get it just due to the fact that the floppiness, maybe put a little rigidity in there. But as far as the back goes, I don't know yet. I got to see what it looks like. I might, if I do put flares on, I might have to get smaller flares because these are like 3.5 inch and the wheels might look stupid, I guess is what I'm getting at. But all right, more gripping and ripping. I'll be back. Wheel arch, done, all welded. So on and so forth down, same idea. Hopefully I didn't burn the harness. I haven't tested it, but I tried to be nice in this area as far as temperature goes. Welded some more to the rocker. You know, we didn't want to add all the weight, so just welded the structural part. But now, this is, again, it's a solid car. Whew. All right, Next thing, I don't remember ever putting a new distributor in this car. It had a vacuum advance. Whatever. Oh, and it's electronic. I really don't remember doing that. Oh, no, I do. I had to rob the Dizzy out of this one to put into another customer's car. That's why it works. I was slowly thinking to myself, man, those points are actually holding in there really good. Lo and behold, they're not points anymore, and I completely forgot I did that. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do, slam the wheels on, put it on the ground, do a settling test, and see hopefully what it looks like, and also then mock up those flares to see if I'm definitely gonna run them in the front. Mainly because I can't run a bead, I can't do anything, and it's awful wibbly wobbly. I know going down the road it's just gonna be quaking, so having that piece here will be good. Like, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, what do I care? I'm mutilating this thing anyway. I mean, yeah, we have about 2 inches stick out on that side. Same thing on the other side. I built the car pretty square. So those will probably end up going on. But like I said, the rears don't poke out as much, so I don't know how stupid it's gonna look with the 3.5 flare. I know they make smaller ones. I might get a smaller one just to tie it all together. But with that said, let me get wheels on and we'll drop it down together and see what it looks like. Whew. Also, I'll clean up my mess so that we can get an active. I already pushed yellow back. Get a little bit of runway to see exactly how it settles. But those wheels look good. They look like they were straight. They didn't look like they were doing the tilt. So we might have lucked out on that one. Because yeah, I hate seeing big tires and having like half of it touching. What is it? Stance? It's stupid. Same letter it starts with. All right, I'll be back. Wheels are on. Hopefully I'm in lower. Look at that. Let's see what this thing looks like. But this was my, say, goal, air quote, for tonight, or today. I had, very limited time when I work on my stuff. So I kind of have to sort of plan what I want to do and also get it knocked out at the same time. I knew I'd hit that plug. Something is not rolling happy. It's very grindy. Oh, the bumper is hitting the wheel. At least my chassis is straight. Yeah, we got a little bit of a grinding. Let me modify my bumper. It's like I hear a grinding noise and I pushed it on the lift and we didn't have a noise. So let's remedy that with this. Plenty of clearance there. Oh yeah, unless I hit like a stupid bump, we're good. And no, I'm not going to clean it. Let's get that out of the way. How you guys looking on that? I think that this thing looks pretty dumbly cool. But yeah, tires really don't stick out. I might not do anything with the rear. I don't know yet. I mean, the 3-inch doesn't look bad. 3.5 doesn't look bad. But the fronts can definitely use it. You know what? Do I have a brr, brr, somewhere? Yes, and I have a bit. All right, I quickly zipped on the front, so it's not, I don't know, level or anything. I don't know, I dig it. I like the non, but it does, I mean, it's not like this car is finished anyway, but I like the look of it. Man, I'm gonna have to go through these brakes. I do like it. It's not centered, it needs to be rotated back a little bit more. Like a lot more. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna have to recenter that. I just stabbed it on there, it's too far forward. Let me do that real quick, see if I should have enough material. Ooh, didn't even think about that. That or just going exposed. Give me a second, let me reposition that. All right, I don't know. I don't really mind it. What's screwing with me right now is the front, where it's, whoop, feel like a weatherman. Because of that hard angle and my flare doesn't extend. I might just make a piece and tie it in, but I mean, overall, I don't not like it. It's just shapes, it's every angle that plays with me, just due to the fact I'm missing in the front, I'm missing in the back, I'm missing a lower, fender. So, I don't know. The backs I might leave alone. They don't really come out so much to where I think it needs it. The fronts definitely need something. Although I do like the stick out. I do like the stick out. But mainly, it's the rigidity aspect. Because even with 3 sheet metal screws in here, I mean, you can see that fender's flexing now. So, hard mounted, it's going to take a lot of the shake out. I don't know. Food for thought on this one. I'll figure that one out probably tomorrow. Ooh, I think I have an emblem for this car. I don't know. I do like the flare. And I don't all at the same time. Just like I said, mental thinking. I love the way the back came out. The back is freaking perfect. You can see how much material we removed off both fenders. I mean, can you even see? I don't even know what I'm pointing at. Slight flare, covers the wheel. I like it. Gotta move some. Tire stick, not sure. Like I said, I do like the tire stick out, but I don't all at the same time. I don't know. I might commit to the flares. I'll probably commit to the flares. I'm gonna work the flares a little bit, probably tomorrow. Like I said, I got stuff to do today or tonight. I'm gonna work the flares a little bit tomorrow. And if I don't like them, big whoop. I mean, it's not like I don't have metal to make things. But work the flares tomorrow. Yeah, because if I tie that front end, I don't care about the back. I might tie the back in some more. What are we pointing at? Yeah, if I tie the front in, it's better. I don't care about the back so much. The back's fine. It's the front. It's more or less the front. It's a weird step to my eye, I guess. The back I can ignore. The big key is, what does it do on turning? We're at lock. Oh, we're not even, yeah, that'd be fine. All right, so turning's not going to be an issue. Trying to think of things to talk myself out of using it. Yeah, we're not even close. That is perfect. And I mean, we're all the way up here as far as that wheel goes. I mean, you can see on the other side, we're not going to hit it regardless. All right, so plan is think. Got to do some adulting things, mainly meet someone for a consultation and some beverages, and yeah, hit this hard tomorrow because I also have cars coming in tomorrow. This is a splendid day. I like it. All right, join me tomorrow where we start welding the rest of the stuff together. I do need to get that knocked out. Basically, the front end, the rear end's done as far as I'm concerned right now. That's all good. We got to weld the rocker. I want to do that and then weld the body actually together in the front. Because, unfortunately, I'm going to lose my lift again. As far as, well, people. That one should be quick. It should be back on the lift pretty, not so bad. I might just hibernate it forward. But yeah, all right. Join me tomorrow or the next time I ramble. I might ramble later tonight. I don't know. I'll be back. All right, guys, capping off this episode on a 64. I was planning on doing more work, but, well, FedEx never showed up with a shipment that I needed, and well, there's going to be many more episodes on this thing, getting it back on the road. Fun. This one was actually a little fun for me, just due to the fact that this is my car, and it's almost reminiscing of where I started to where I am now. I built this thing, I think I said, in a pretty much like a drunken week, slapping it together, just making it get to a car show. And it did. And since then, the car's been, I mean, it's really reliable, but it's slow. I think this episode's going to, well, obviously get this thing back on the road, but also I'm going to be correcting all the wrongs that I did when I put this thing together. Like not welding everything fully, not putting all the bolts in, or putting all the bolts in and just forgetting to tighten them. Pretty much what happened. Not welding everything, that's a big thing. But yeah, this car, I've had it for a while. Let's see, I've had this thing for 10 years, give or take. I've probably put, well, if you go on it, I've put 10 miles on it a year. Pretty much. It's time to get it on the road. It's time to enjoy it. It's time to drive it. And hell, maybe I'll do my Bug next. That one just needs the engine put back into it. Possibly. I think I scared myself on my own engine, and it's been out of the car for like 5 years. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But digressing, regressing, the 64 will be back. I don't know if the 64 is going to be next episode, or if the yellow one's going to be on. The yellow one's a quick in and out. I'm just waiting on parts. But this one was fun for me. Yes. Also, don't complain that I'm cutting up a car. I think I said this. No one would have looked at this car when I bought it and said, yes, I want to put $40,000 into a $20,000 car. So, basically, it's just saving another one. It would never have been on the road again, and it's too far gone. Even when I bought it, like I said, I had a fiberglass nose on it, so on and so forth. It was too far gone to even be considered a parts car. So, I think this car almost put me into debt when I opened my shop, and I'm happy it's still around. I guess that's what I'm getting at. So, with that said, if you like my rambling and this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit-chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Whew, the old sweat in the eyes. We're going to call it that. You're a good car. You really are. You'll be back on the road.